was a time I stopped believing in anything my heart could hold. I wore my silence like a shelter from every story left untold. I walked alone through quiet nights where even hope refused to stay. Every memory felt like an echo, slowly fading into gray. I learned to hide the fragile parts, to never show what I had lost. But healing never came from running, only from bearing every cost. Then you found me in the stillness, didn't try to pull me fast. You let the moment breathe between us, like you knew I needed that. And in your eyes there was no question, no the man for me to be. Anything more than all my broken, just as I am, you stayed with me. Softly you heal every scar inside me, like a whisper I can barely hear. In the quiet of your arms around me, every doubt begins to disappear. You don't rush what I'm becoming, you don't ask me to be strong. Softly you heal every scar inside me, with a love that feels like I belong. You never tried to fix the pieces or erase what shaped my pain. You held the weight I couldn't carry and never turned away again. Every word you left unspoken somehow said what I needed most. And in the space your heart created, I found the parts I thought were lost. There's a calm inside your presence, like the storm has finally passed. And for the first time in forever, I don't feel what's in my past. You don't promise me tomorrow, but you stay here in today. And that's enough to keep me breathing, more than words could ever say. Softly you heal every scar inside me, like a whisper I can barely hear. In the quiet of your arms around me, every doubt begins to disappear. You don't rush what I'm becoming, you don't ask me to be strong. Softly you heal every scar inside me, with a love that feels like I belong. If I tremble, you don't let go. If I fall, you're moving slow. No sudden light, no blinding spark, just steady love inside the dark. Softly you heal every scar inside me, like a dawn that breaks the night. In the silence where you hold me, everything begins to feel more hiding, no more pain. You stay gentle, you remain. I was walking through the echoes of my past. Every step felt heavier than before, carrying pieces I couldn't mend, of every broken dream I wore. I learned to silence what I feel, to hide the cracks beneath my skin. Built a world where I'd survive alone, afraid to ever let love in. Then you found me in the quiet, not asking who I used to be, just standing there with open hands, like you already believed in me. You didn't try to change my scars, you let them breathe inside your light. And in the stillness of your heart, I felt something healing me inside. Love is the way you never let me fall, even when I'm losing who I am. Through every shadow, every call, you reach for me and take my hand. And when the weight becomes too much, you carry what I cannot hold. Love is the way you never let me fall, a quiet strength, a warmth I've never known. There were nights I almost disappeared, fading slowly into my own mind. But you stayed through every silence, like you could hear what I couldn't find. No need for words between us now, you speak in ways I'd understand. In every glance and every breath, I feel your heart reach out again. And all the fears I tried to bury lose their power in your grace. You make the broken parts of me feel like they still have a place. No promises carved into stone, just the truth in what you do. And every moment you stay close feels like I'm being pulled back to you. Love is the way you never let me fall, even when I'm losing who I am. Through every shadow, every call, you reach for me and take my hand. And when the weight becomes too much, you carry what I cannot hold. Love is the way you never let me fall, a quiet strength, a warmth I've never known. If I break, you gather every piece. If I run, you wait for me in peace. No need to fight, no need to pretend. You are the place where I begin again. Love is a way you never let me fall. When every part of me gives in, through every rise and every crawl, you remind me I can still begin. And if the world turns cold and dark, you're the fire that leads me home. Love is the way you never let me fall. The only truth I've ever truly known. No more fear, no more walls. Love is a way you never let me fall. There was a time I walked alone in crowded rooms, smiling just enough to hide the truth. Every laugh felt distant in my chest, like something real was always out of reach. I held my world together with quiet hands, never asking anyone to stay. But deep inside I knew I was fading. In the silence I could not escape. Then you found me where I stood in pieces. Didn't try to change what you could see. You just stayed with a heart so open, and let your kindness speak for me. Your gentle heart is all I ever need, a quiet love that never asks too much. In your arms I finally breathe. In your presence I can feel enough. No heavy words, no grand design, just the way you softly hold my soul. Your gentle heart is all I ever need, the only place that makes me feel whole. You never try to rush my healing time, never force the past to disappear. You listen to the spaces in my voice, and understood the things I couldn't hear. Every moment felt like coming home, not in noise but in a peaceful way. Every time your hand found mine, I felt my fears slowly drift away. You gave me light without a warning, no conditions, no disguise. In the calm of all your In your presence I can feel enough. No heavy words, no grand design, just the way you softly hold my soul. Your gentle heart is all I ever need, the only place that makes me feel whole. If I fall into the dark again, I know your light will guide me through. You don't have to say a single word. Your love already feels like truth. And in the stillness of your presence, I don't have to be afraid. You heal the parts I tried to bury, with every silent prayer you gave. Your gentle heart is all I ever need, more than every dream I left behind. Through every doubt that lives in me, you're the peace I thought I'd never find. And if the world begins to fade, you're the only thing I'll hold on to. Your gentle heart is all I ever need, a love so soft, yet endlessly true. No more running, no more walls, just your heart that holds it all. I was lost inside the echo of my fears, living slow between the cracks of every day. Every step felt heavier than before, like my heart had slowly drifted far away. I kept my distance from the light, afraid that love would only bruise. But in the quiet of a fragile night, your presence felt like something I could choose. You never pulled me out too fast, you let my silence gently pass. And in the calm between your words, I felt a peace I couldn't grasp. You hold me with a love so pure and true, like you understand the dark I've been through. Every broken piece I try to hide, you keep them safe, you keep them alive. And in your arms the world feels still, like time just bends to your to you. You never asked for more than I could give, never rushed the healing of my soul. You stayed within the spaces I would leave, and made the emptiness feel whole. There's something in the way you breathe, like every moment speaks in grace. And when I'm close enough to feel your heart, I find my shelter in that place. No need to promise anything. You show me more in everything, and every time I start to fade, you're there before the breaking begins. You hold me with a love so pure and true, like you understand the dark I've been through. Every silent tear I never showed, you carry them like they were your own. And in your arms I'm not afraid of all the parts I couldn't face. You hold me with a love so pure and true, steady kind of love that always pulls me through. If I fall into the night, you're the calm that brings me back. If I lose my way in doubt, you're the light I never lack. No need for words, you let me feel a love that's quiet, soft and real. You hold me with a love so pure and true, and somehow make the broken feel brand new. Every fear that once controlled my heart now disappears when we're not apart. And if the world turns cold and blue, I'll find my way right back to you. You hold me with a love so pure and true, the only place that ever felt like true. No more running, no more proof. I found my peace inside your truth. There was a time I walked alone in fading light, counting every step just to survive the night. Every corner held a memory I couldn't outrun. Every sunrise felt like something already done. I learned to silence every part of me that broke, turned all my pain into words I never spoke. And in the quiet I almost disappear, a ghost of someone who once was here. But you came close without a sound, and slowly turned my world around. No need to ask, no need to say, you held the pieces I couldn't face. Where your love lives, I feel alive again, like a heartbeat waking under my skin. Through the silence, you call my name, and nothing in me stays the same. In your arms, I don't have to pretend. Every broken part begins to mend. Where your love lives, I feel alive again, like I've been lost and found within. You never tried to fix what you didn't understand. You just stayed and held my shaking hands. Through every doubt I buried deep inside, you gave me space, you gave me time. And in your eyes I saw no fear of me, only a truth I never thought I'd see. That love can stay without demanding more, that hearts can heal without a war. No heavy words, just quiet grace, a gentle light I couldn't replace. And every breath you gave to me felt like a chance to finally be where your love lives. I feel alive again, like a heartbeat waking under my skin. Through the silence, you call my name, and nothing in me stays the same. In your arms, I don't have to pretend. Every broken part begins to mend. Where your love lives, I feel alive again, like I've been lost and found within. If I fall into the dark tonight, will you stay? Will you hold me tight? Through every fear I try to hide, will you still be by my side? No need to promise, I can see you've already become my peace. In the stillness I understand, I'm alive because you care. Where your love lives, I feel alive again, like a fire softly burning wind within. Through every shadow, through every pain, you bring me back to life again. And if I break, you won't let me in. You are the place where I begin. Where your love lives, I feel alive again. The truest part of who I am. No more silence, no more fear. I feel you close, you're always here. Where your love lives, I'm alive again. walked through nights that never seemed to end, carrying silence no one ever heard. Every step felt heavier than before, every prayer dissolved without a word. I kept my distance from anything warm, afraid that love would only disappear. I built my world on fragile solitude, learning how to live with quiet fear. Then you came without a sound, no sudden light, no walls torn down, just a presence soft and slow that made my guarded heart let go. You are the tenderness I've always prayed for, the gentle truth I never thought I'd find. In your eyes I don't feel lost anymore. You hold the broken parts I left behind. And in your arms there's nothing I must hide. No need to run, no need to pretend. You are the tenderness I've always prayed for, a quiet love that heals me from within. You never tried to change my scars, never asked me to be someone new. You saw the weight I couldn't name and still chose to stay, still chose me too. Every word you barely speak feels like it lingers in my soul. And in the calm between your breaths, I finally feel something whole. No promises you had to say, you showed me love in your own way, and piece by piece you gave me back the hope I thought had slipped away. You are the tenderness I've always prayed for, the gentle truth I never thought I'd find. In your eyes I don't feel lost anymore. You hold the broken parts I left behind. And in your arms there's nothing I must hide. No need to run, no need to pretend. You are the tenderness I've always prayed for, a quiet love that heals me from within. If I tremble, you stay close. If I'm fading, you hold me slow. No need for words, you understand. You steady me with just your hand. You are the tenderness I've always prayed for, the missing piece I never I found my peace in your name. I was walking through a quiet kind of pain, where even hope felt distant in my chest. Every night would echo just the same, a fragile heart pretending it could rest. I learned to hide behind a steady face, keep my fears when no one else could see. But in the silence I could not escape. Something in you kept reaching out to me. You didn't try to pull me from the dark. You stayed and let me feel where I was lost. And in the stillness of your gentle arms I heard a voice that never needed words. And every touch your love speaks to me, soft as a whisper I've always known. Through every doubt that lived in me, you made a broken heart feel like home. And when I tremble you hold me still, like time itself begins to slow. And every touch your love speaks to me in ways no words could ever show. You never asked for more than I could give, never rushed the healing in my soul. You let the quiet moments simply live, until the shattered parts became whole. And in the spaces where I used to fall, you built a place where I could finally breathe. No need for answers, none at all. Your presence was the only truth I need. No promises spoken into the night, no grand design to make things right. Just the way you stayed so close turned every fear into a fading ghost. And every touch your love speaks to me, soft as a whisper I've always known. Through every doubt that lived in me, you made a broken heart feel like home. And when I tremble you hold me still, like time itself begins to slow. And every touch your love speaks to me in ways no words could ever show. If I'm fading, you pull me near. If I'm breaking, you calm my fear. No need to say what we both feel. Your quiet love is always real. And every touch your love speaks to me, stronger than anything I've ever known. Through every scar that lives in me, you turn this lonely heart to stone, to home. And if the world falls out of place, I find my way where you may be. I was drifting through the silence of my day, carrying shadows I could never outrun. Every road felt cold beneath my feet. Every dream faded before it had begun. I built my walls out of broken trust, learned how to live without needing anyone. But somewhere in the quiet of my fall, your light found me before I came undone. You didn't rush, you let me breathe through every doubt I couldn't speak. And in your arms I slowly learned what it means to finally believe. In your care I found my forever home, a place where my restless heart can rest. Through every storm I'm not alone. You hold the pieces I love the least, and every scar I tried to hide, you trace them like they're made of gold. In your care I found my forever home, a love so quiet yet strong enough to hold. You never asked me to be whole, never forced the pain to disappear. You stayed when the night was at its worst, made the darkness feel less severe. Every word you barely said carried more than I'd ever known. And in the spaces between your breaths, I heard a love I could call my own. No need for promises out loud, you showed me truth without a sound. And piece by piece you gave me back the faith I thought I'd never found. In your care I found my forever home, a place where my restless heart can rest. Through every storm I'm not alone. You hold the pieces I love the least, and every scar I tried to hide, you trace them like they're made of gold. In your care I found my forever home, a love so quiet yet strong enough to hold. If I break, you won't let me fall. If I fade, you'll see me through it all. No need for words, you understand. You heal me just by holding my hand. In your care I found my forever home, where even silence feels like grace. Through every fear I've ever known, I see my future in your face. And if the world turns cold tonight, I know I'll never be alone. In your care I found my forever home, the only place my heart has ever known. No more running, no more fear. I'm finally home, right here. No more in, no more fear. I'm finally home, right here. walking through the quiet of my mind, where every feeling learned to disappear, building distance from the things I couldn't hold, learning how to live without staying near. Every night felt heavier than before, like the silence had a voice of its own. I kept my heart behind a fragile door, afraid of needing something I had never known. Then you came without a sound, no sudden light, no shifting ground, just a warmth I couldn't fight, slowly pulling me back to life. Affection flows like rivers through my heart, soft and endless, steady as the tide, washing every broken part with a love I never thought I'd find. And in your arms I feel the truth, no need to run, no need to hide. Affection flows like rivers through my heart, quiet love I've been searching for my whole life. You never tried to change my wounded soul, never asked me to be someone new. You stayed within the spaces of my doubt, and made the fragile parts feel safe with you. Every word you chose to leave unsaid still echo deeper than the rest. And in the stillness where my fears once lived, you gave my restless heart a place to rest. No promises you had to make, no perfect lines for love to take, just the way you stayed so near was enough to keep me here. Affection flows like rivers through my heart, soft and endless, steady as the tide, washing every broken part with a love I never thought I'd find. And in your arms I feel the truth, no need to run, no need to hide. Affection flows like rivers through my heart, a quiet love I've been searching for my whole life. If the night returns again and shadows try to pull me in, I'll remember how you stay and gently wash my fears away. No rush, no fear, no fading light, just your love that feels so right, like a river calm and deep, carrying every part of me. Affection flows like rivers through my heart, deeper than the words I cannot say, holding every shattered part, slowly washing all the pain away. And if I ever lose my way, I know your love will be my guide. Affection flows like rivers through my heart, the only truth I'll ever need in this life. Through every loss, through every pain, carries me home. In the quiet of a lonely night, I hear your name, like a whisper drifting softly through the rain. I was walking through the echoes of my past, holding on to moments never meant to last. There was a time I almost lost my way, fading into shadows, turning into gray. Then you found me where the silence used to grow. With a single touch you let the feeling flow. And I don't need the world to understand. All I know is when you take my hand. Love is the warmth you give my soul, a fire so gentle it makes me whole. In every breath, in every fall, you are the reason I feel it all. Love is the light that pulls me through the darkest skies I ever knew. I was broken, lost control. Now I'm alive in the warmth of your soul. Every scar I tried so hard to hide, you held them like they were your pride, never asking me to be someone new, just loving all I never thought you'd choose. In your eyes, I see a clearer sky, where even tears don't need a reason why. There's a peace I've never known before, like coming home and closing every door. I was drifting far beyond the shore, till your love became what I was searching for. Love is the warmth you give my soul, a quiet flame that won't let go. Through every doubt, through every fall, you are the truth inside it all. Love is the light that pulls me through every fear I thought I knew. I was fading, losing control. Now I'm alive in the warmth of your soul. If the world turns cold and colors fade, if every promise starts to break, I still believe in what we've made, in every word we couldn't say. No, I don't need forever loud, just your heartbeat in the crowd. A simple love, so deep, so slow, the kind of truth we rarely show. Love is the warmth you give my soul, a sacred fire I can't outgrow. In every breath, in every fall, you are the reason for it all. Love is the light that pulls me through every dream that leads to you. I was lost, but now I know I'm finally home in the warmth you give my soul. In the silence, soft and low, you are the warmth I'll always hold. walking through the echoes of goodbye, holding on to pieces I could never mend. Every night felt longer than the last. Every road just led me back again. I learned to live with half a heart, to silence every dream I used to chase. But in the stillness of a fragile moment, you found me in my darkest place. You didn't try to fix the pain, you stayed and let it slowly fade. And in your quiet, steady arms, I felt the fear begin to break. Wrapped in your love, I'm finally safe, like I can breathe without the weight. No more running from yesterday, no more hiding from the ache. And every tear you hold them like they're yours to take. Wrapped in your love, I'm finally safe, in the softest truth I never had to fake. You never asked for more than truth, never turned away from who I've been. Even when my voice would shake, you heard the words beneath my skin. There's a calm inside your eyes, like a place where all my storms can rest. And in the warmth of your presence, I found a life I could confess. For promises too loud, you proved it in the quiet ways. And every second by your side feels like forever I can stay. Wrapped in your love, I'm finally safe, like I can breathe without the weight. No more no more hiding from the ache. And every tear I couldn't show, you hold them like they're yours to take. Wrapped in your love, I'm finally safe, in the kind of love that doesn't break. If I fall, you'll catch the pieces. If I fade, you'll stay the same. In your arms, the world feels distant, like I've stepped outside the pain. No more fear of being lost, no more nights I face alone. You turned every broken part into a place that feels like home. Wrapped in your love, I'm finally safe, like I found where I belong. Through every shadow I have faced, you've been my quiet, steady song. And if the a time I learned to hide my heart behind quiet smiles no one could read. I walked alone through crowded days, afraid of love, afraid to need. Every promise felt too fragile to hold. Every touch disappeared too soon. So I made a home inside my fear, underneath a distant moon. But you came close without a sound. No rush, no need to pull me out. You stayed right where my silence lived, and slowly turned my doubts around. Love is kindness written in your eyes, a gentle truth I never knew before, in the way you see through all my lies and still choose me a little more. No grand words, no need to prove, just the calm within your tone. Love is kindness written in your eyes, and somehow it feels like home. You never tried to change my scars, or ask me why they're still there. You let them breathe, you let them speak. You met them all with patient care, and every pause between our words, there's something deeper, soft and real, a quiet strength I can lean on, a kind of love I can finally feel. You hold the parts I couldn't face with steady hands and quiet grace, and piece by piece you show my heart it's safe enough to take its place. Love is kindness written in your eyes, a gentle truth I never knew before, in the way you see through all my lies and still choose me a little more. No grand words, no need to prove, just the calm within your tone. Love is kindness written in your eyes, and somehow it feels like if the night pulls me too far away, you'll be the light that softly stays. No need to speak, no need to try. You say enough just by your eyes. Love is kindness written in your eyes, a steady fire that never fades, in every tear you don't deny, in every part of me you embrace. And if I lose my way again, I know I won't be on my own. Love is kindness written in your eyes, the only place I've ever truly known. Stay right here, don't let me go. In your